It was gonna get us all eventually. Oh, wow. It's 2:15. Wow, how is this my camera on the lowest brightness? I'm actually gonna have to close my curtains. As much as I would love to film this video in purely natural light, it's actually too sunny. I know, in England. And I have COVID, so I have to stay indoors. Well, I mean, I know that the rules have changed in the UK now and that there's no like law that you have to stay inside if you have COVID. But if I know that I have COVID, I'm not gonna actively go outside. I'm supposed to be celebrating my best friend's birthday today. All my friends are in the park and they're going for a karaoke night tonight. And I have been stuck in my house for the past 3 days because myself and James have both got it, but my symptoms are pretty mild. The first 2 days were probably the worst. I'm on day 3 now and I actually feel well enough to be doing stuff. The only thing is my nose is just very blocked and I'm quite like phlegmy. Thanking my triple jabs that I'm actually doing okay, and I feel well enough to film a video, so I thought I'd sit down and film this while I've got nothing else to do. Oh, and also I look like an egg because my hair was really greasy and I'm not going to be going and washing it because I'm not going out anywhere, so I just put it in this little thing and hairsprayed it loads. But enough of that chat. I'm okay. I got a PR package yesterday of Revolution's new foundation, which is called the IRL Filter Longwear Foundation, and it's a breathable soft matte foundation. It's oil free. It says that it's got 16-hour wear. This seemed right up my street and I really hope I like this because it has a lot of good claims. Long wearing, oil and shine free, breathable soft matte, pore diffusing with niacinamide, vegan cruelty free, and it's supposed to be like a real life filter. I mean, I guess every single foundation ever is like a real life filter because nobody's skin looks like foundation without foundation. But I'm gonna try this today and I'm gonna check in back throughout the day to see like how it wears on my skin and stuff. Let's get into it. There are 30 shades of this foundation. In the regular Revolution foundations, like in the Conceal and Glow, Conceal and Define, I wear either the shade 4.5 or 5. In the Conceal and Glow, I wear the shade F5. Actually, I've been wearing this one a lot recently and I actually didn't even know that this one was coming out, so it's kind of the perfect timing because I've really got back into the Conceal and Glow. So I think what I would do is just go for F5. But yeah, like I said, they've got 30 shades and I believe the shades correspond with their current colours of foundation. I'm just going to swatch it next to F5 in the Conceal and Glow to see if they're the same. This is what the packaging looks like, so it's actually very similar to the Conceal and Glow. It's got the same pump and everything. How are you guys doing anyway? Let me know in the comments. I actually had a lot of DMs from people saying they've also got COVID. I think it's just going... I was going to say I think it's just going around at the moment. Obviously, it's been going around for the past 2 years. Somehow managed to avoid it until now, but it was going to get us all eventually. Okay, so this is the Conceal and Glow. This is the IRL filter. Let me just blend them in. Yeah, they look pretty much identical, to be honest. Actually, if anything, the Conceal and Glow, which is this one, looks a tiny, teeny bit lighter maybe? No, I think I'm just seeing things. I mean, they're pretty much the same. Oh no, now I've just wiped it off. I've exposed myself. The tan on my hands is just wash on. Wash on, wash off. And I'm gonna try and blend this out. Half my face with a beauty blender, half my face with a sponge, see which one works better. And I'm gonna start off by doing just one pump. I'm just gonna take half a pump more, like just that much. Just so that I feel like I've got a good enough coverage on all of my face. Is it still too bright? So I'm gonna go in with my sponge on this half of my face. Ooh, that's got really nice coverage. Because I did have a spot here, which is mostly kind of covered. You know what, I don't really want to use a brush because it looks so nice using my sponge. Oh wow, that looks really nice. Okay, fine, I will just use my brush on this side and see what it looks like. You know what? Both sides have actually gone on very smoothly with the brush and with the sponge, but I think I ever so slightly prefer the sponge, so I'm just gonna stick to that with the rest of my face. Yeah, that was definitely a good amount. 1.5 pumps seem to be like absolutely fine in terms of the amount of coverage that I'm getting. It doesn't seem to be drying down too quick, which is nice. And it's spreading really well. And by the way, if you're new to my channel, my skin type is oily but with dry patches, just to get that one out of the way. And I do have a little bit of dryness at the moment, but nothing too bad, just like a tiny bit on my forehead up here. I've just realised I forgot to prime my face. So far, this is looking really nice. This is with the natural light from my window and a little bit of artificial lighting, but barely any. This is as dark as my camera goes, so I think I might actually close the curtains a little bit more, just because everything always looks so much smoother when it's like super, super bright light. But this is what it looks like close up. I think it looks really smooth, and so far, I really like how this is looking on my skin. I love the finish of it. The finish actually reminds me a little bit of the NARS Radiant Longwear Foundation, which is my favourite foundation because it definitely definitely has got that soft matte finish. A lot of the time when foundations say they've got a soft matte, it will either still be glowing or it will be like really dry matte, but I would describe this as a soft matte because it's still got that glow to it and it doesn't look dry. It just looks really nice. So far, so good. Let me just hope and pray that this doesn't break down throughout the day because so far I really like it. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of concealer under my eyes, a little bit on my chin, just using the Too Faced one, what's new. This is the shade Swan, which is actually really light. God, I didn't want to take too much, but I have just taken quite a lot of that. And then what's left, I'm just gonna put around my nose, but I don't want to have too much concealer on my face, just because I mostly want to see like how the foundation lasts, you know. And then I'm actually just gonna take a bit of this Collection Lasting Perfection Stretch Concealer in the shade Cashew. I really like this actually for like spot concealing, and I'm just taking a tiny bit of this on a Bare Minerals Shade and Diffuse eye brush, just on this spot, like just there, and this little scar. But other than that, actually a little bit on this one. But that's all I'm going to do for my concealer. Normally I'd put it like, you know, all over the rest of my face, but I mean, my skin's pretty good at the moment. I don't really need it. I'm just going to go and do the rest of my makeup and then I will come back. I've just closed my curtains completely. But makeup is done. I might do something on my eyes. I'm probably going to go and film a TikTok now, maybe. And I'll put something on my lips as well. So when I come back for the check-ins, my makeup might be looking slightly different. But in terms of the base, I'm just going to leave it at this. This is now with my curtains closed and with my artificial lighting. But I think with the rest of my makeup done, powdered and everything, it still looks really nice. All of the rest of my products blended really nicely on top of it. Like my cream products went on perfectly over the top of it. Yeah, not much else to say other than so far, so good. So I will check back in with you when I start to notice any changes in a few hours time. See you in a bit. Hello everyone, welcome back. The time is currently 11:20 p.m. So this has now been on for 3:30, 4:30, 5:30, 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30. 8 hours! Which I mean is half the time that it claims to last up to. I'm guessing that's with some powder touch-ups in between because as you can probably tell, I haven't powdered or anything, I haven't touched it up. And as you can probably also tell, I didn't end up doing anything with my eyes. I literally just left them blank. I probably am going to film some TikToks after this video though, because I always get the most inspiration when it gets to like 11 p.m. at night. As you can see, I'm definitely looking oily and shiny, and most of the oils are coming through in this sort of area around my nose, which is to be expected. However, oh, and also as well, my concealer around my eyes, like directly under here, it has creased, and I was rubbing this eye in particular because I got hair in it and I was trying to get it out, and then my eye started watering and I was trying to like stop it from all like dripping down here, so I was just like wiping it like this. Obviously it does look very oily and I wouldn't just want to continue wearing it like this. I would definitely powder my face at this point, but actually around my nose, hang on, let me just get a bit closer. The main places where it started to sort of break up are around my mouth and on my chin, like just a little bit on my chin. I feel like it's worn off a little bit. It has started to settle into my smile lines here, but you know what, it's not actually too bad. And like around my nose, even though it has gotten very oily, it still looks quite smooth. And I think, I mean, we'll test it in a sec. I reckon I'd probably be able to block this and then powder it and it would probably look kind of fine because it hasn't sort of worn off around these areas. It's more just, it's gotten pretty oily. And then my forehead is actually still looking perfectly fine. I mean, yeah, oily, but... And I didn't use any setting spray or anything today, whereas on a normal day I would have done, which will probably keep my makeup looking nicer for even longer, but I thought I would go without setting spray today just to kind of like test the longevity of the foundation. I'm pretty happy with it. I feel like my blush has faded a little bit. My contour, like my bronzer's definitely still there, but overall I'm still looking very smooth. Yeah, I would say the main sort of problem areas are just like on my chin and around my mouth, but on the rest of my face it's kind of stayed put. On this side, it's actually barely sunk into my smile lines. It's mostly on this side, which is weird. So what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to try and pattern these smile lines, take my natural born beauty blenders and just blot. So I've just blotted my face with my hands, and this is what it looks like after blotting with my hands. Yeah, it's looking a little bit dry on my chin. I'm just going to go back in with a little bit of powder and see. Oh, I probably should have ironed out the creases under my eyes. Because I am about to film some TikToks, I'm just going to take a tiny bit of concealer to go over those bits that I rubbed off with my tears. You know what? I actually think I prefer this slightly to the Conceal and Glow. I do like the Conceal and Glow foundation, but I find that after about like, I don't know, I guess like 6 hours, it starts to break up a little bit more. Whereas this one, I feel like it's lasted a little bit longer. Like it hasn't broken up as much as the Conceal and Glow one does on me. They're both nice foundations, but I think that this one is a little bit less cakey, which is probably why it doesn't sort of look as bad after 8 hours, if you get what I mean. So now that I've powdered, my face is definitely looking a bit more dry than it was at the start when I first put this on and then powdered. And I feel like some of my dry patches have sort of come through a little bit. But given the fact that I didn't put any primer on today and I just had moisturiser on underneath this, I think it's actually worked out pretty well. I would be happy to keep wearing this. Like, I would be happy to go out with this. I wouldn't be, you know, sort of embarrassed at what my face looks like. I think it looks fine. I do have a little bit of dryness sort of around my nose here. And my under eye is drier on this side as well. Yeah, I don't know if you can see here. There's a little bit of dryness around my nose. But this side of my face is looking pretty good. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm actually pretty happy with how it's lasted. I reckon a little bit of setting spray would just revive this and make it look really fresh again. So I'm just going to try it. I'm going to use the NYX Bear With Me. Because realistically, this is what I would do. If I had for some reason hadn't been able to powder my face up until 8 hours, this is what I do to like refresh my face. So overall, I feel like that's revived it quite nicely. I'm going to go film some TikToks and I'm going to put some eye makeup on. I'll probably end up adding a little bit more blush and bronzer just because it's kind of faded a bit. Anyway, I'm going to go film a TikTok and I'll probably be back in about an hour. And we'll see what it's looking like after 8 hours with a full face of makeup on. See you in a bit. Oh my gosh, you guys. I was just so confused because I went and filmed TikToks. Obviously, after I finished filming my little clips for YouTube, that must have been at like 11:30, 11:45. And I was just busy and away filming my TikToks and I checked my phone and I was like, it's 2:15. But I think the clocks have just gone forward. I'm pretty sure that's what just happened because I was like, surely I haven't been filming for over 2 hours. Technically I filmed 2. I filmed one, which was this look that I've just done on my eyes, and then the second one that I did was how I did some fake freckles on my face. I don't even know if you can really see them right now, but what I will say is obviously another few hours have passed. I did obviously powder my face, but I reckon if I'd have powdered at around maybe the 5 hour mark, and if I'd have used setting spray, this would have lasted perfectly fine. And I mean, even now, yes, my skin is looking a little on the dry side, but it doesn't look horrific. I'm actually pretty happy with this foundation. I think I do prefer it to the Conceal and Glow. This is what my makeup is looking like at 2 in the morning. Or maybe it's 1 in the morning. I don't even know. I'm not sure. And all the little blobs over my face are the fake freckles, but they look a bit funny. But yeah, this is what we're looking like. So my overall thoughts on the Revolution IRL Filter Foundation. It's nice. I like it. It's probably one of the better drugstore foundations that I've tried. It doesn't quite match up to my favourite drugstore foundation, which is the L'Oreal Infallible 24 Hour Fresh Wear. That one is my favourite drugstore foundation probably ever. And obviously it doesn't match up to the NARS Radiant Longwear foundation, but it is really nice still. You know what, guys? I might have to do a comparison of these and a wear test of the NARS versus this one. Maybe that'll be a TikTok. Maybe I'll do like a whole dupes video. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. It's literally like 2:30 in the morning. I need to go to sleep, but I hope this video was helpful. I will leave the foundation link down below. I believe it's exclusive to the Revolution website and Superdrug. It's $9.99, and I think for that price it's pretty damn good. And no, I don't have any contracts with Revolution that say I have to say specific things about their products. Obviously I have my own stuff with them, but I'm under no obligation to literally post or say anything about the brand. So those are my honest thoughts. I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys are doing good. If you've got COVID, I hope you get well soon. Just in general, I hope you guys are doing really good, and thank you for watching this video. Thank you for liking it. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you guys so much, and especially in moments like this where like I'm not doing too good but I'm still able to work because I do this from my home and I don't have to go into an office or anything. Honestly, like I have just been feeling so grateful recently for this being my job, and without you guys this would not be my job, and I'm not too sure how this all happened, but yeah, I'm just really grateful, and I feel like I don't thank you enough for it. So thank you, and I hope you're good, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!